This is Schmitty, Talkin Schmit. Another episode. You know the deal. Today I'm hyped. We got JJ Rogers. Let's get into it. Dude was one of the heaviest hitters at San Jose skate park. When we would pull up in our car, I tell this story every time, but that fucker you could tell was in there. From the car, you could hear the smack of his tail on the spine. It was either him or Wade. Today we're going to find out from JJ who had the louder smack. Here we go. Let's roll it. Let's go. I'm hyped.
Head on down to your local shop. Ask Blood Wizard Skateboards. Or visit bloodwizard.com for all your conjuring needs.
Tickety-tack.
Hey, it's Corey at Blue Plate, 3218 Mission Street. Come see us. Meatloaf, fried chicken, deviled eggs, Dollar Olympia beers. We're here every day of the week. We got a garden and we got smiles on our faces. Come let us make you happy.
Well, this is JJ Rogers, and you're watching and listening to Talkin Schmit.
Holy cannoli.
It's cool, like tonight is the night.
Yeah.
Big Dog's in.
Do we really want to be here?
Everything's changed.
We on? Schmitty?
Talkin Schmit.
Talkin Schmit, dude.
You gonna come out different.
Shit my pants, lad.
Your Rolodex is fucking deep.
Holy shit.
It's about the ones.
Who is this guy? Thinks he's tough shit.
What's up?
Come on, Schmitty, what the fuck?
Tell the skateboard police to come get me.
What is happening?
Let's hear it for Greg Smith. Yay!
Gregory.
All right, everybody. I'm fucking fired up for this interview. When I started doing this podcast, till now, the next guest name has come up quite regularly in conversation. Tim McKenney's out there just fucking hitting refresh, hoping that this fucking loads into his earphones. He's like, I need it.
Fuck are they, dude? I need my Talkin Schmit, man.
This is an OG skater from NorCal, and you know that's how I like him. This kid is JJ Rogers. You got it?
I think so.
Hell yeah. How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
I'm good, man. Hanging in there. We've been getting challenged by a lot of obstacles, but we're good.
Good.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to do this. I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I just did Toland not last night, but the night before. I got him on a good one out on his boat, and he was just fired up saying all kinds of stories. There was a bunch I didn't know. I was like, oh man, I didn't know he invented the Jurassic Park name for the snowboarding at Borealis.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
So good. Yeah, he was on fire.
I was going to tell you to ask him about songs. He knows the lyrics to every song.
Oh, really?
It's so funny. But I forgot to, I was going to text you and I forgot to just throw something out at him, right?
Yeah. Where are you at? You living in the East Bay?
No, I'm living actually up in the Sierra foothills in a little town called Pioneer.
Pioneer. Is that by Sonora?
North of Sonora, closer to Kirkwood. Up
Oh,
highway.
shit. Like up 80. What's it called? Jackson, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice living up there, right?
Yeah, it's real nice.
You got snow?
I did, but it hasn't, no water or nothing, in over a month. But at the end of December, we got 2 feet.
How did this whole thing start? When did you start? How did you get your first skateboard? How did you get involved with skateboard? Like, what drew you to skateboarding when you were a kid? Did you get it for a Christmas present? Did you see somebody doing it? How'd you get into it?
From my dad.
Your dad?
He surfed a lot.
Ah.
And he got me it was a Makaha, I think in about 76, I believe. It had clay wheels on it and stuff, but yeah, he would show me how to do stuff, tic tac and I couldn't do handstands or nothing, but mostly tic tacking and stuff. That was just the start of it. I still rode bikes and stuff at the time. It was more just a toy, but I really liked it,
What took it to the next level? Like, when did you realize, oh, this is my deal? This is what I want to do.
I think I was probably around 12 years old, 11 or 12. So that was 80, 81. Somewhere right in there. And we just started really skating more and not riding bikes so much and stuff. And it was just had a blast doing it, kids running around in Hayward, just
Hayward. What city were you born?
Oakland.
Oakland. But did you grow up in San Leandro?
No, Hayward.
In Hayward. Okay.
Yeah. We lived up where I live now until I think I was about 9 years old or something. And then my parents split up and then we moved down to Hayward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was about junior high where you kind of start like.
Yes, exactly.
That was same for us. Like, I think it was between 5th and 6th grade where we were like, the bike was still there, but it wasn't getting used as much.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Ended up trading my bike. I had a red line, nice bike. And I traded it for a Jim Muir board. And it was broken. The guy put a metal strap underneath it to hold it together. This piece of shit board for, a really nice bike.
Yeah.
But that's when I knew that was it.
What was there anything in like your neck of the woods? Was there a skate park down there or anything?
Mm-mm. There was Joe Lopes' ramp, but we were kids and we just heard about it, didn't know where it was or anything. Actually, right next to Hayward Bart, there was an old building that burned down and they tore it down and the slabs were still there. And we ended up building like a roll in off the slab was like, I don't know, 3 feet high, 4 feet high. So we built like this roll in down the slab. And then at the end of the slab, there was an auto shop right there. And it was like CMU block wall. And we built a quarter pipe up onto the wall. So we could just push, go down the roll in, then up the wall and try to do airs off it and stuff. But that's where it's like really started.
Kind of like an abandoned little warehouse.
Yeah, but the warehouse was burnt down, so the slabs were just left over.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had an abandoned warehouse that we built a quarter pipe in and just like ran it until for probably a few months. It was sick. But true or false, I heard that you learned inverts before you could do a backside grind.
Yep.
No way.
Yeah.
How did that happen? You just went straight for inverts?
Yeah, it was just something I thought was really cool. And actually I built a quarter pipe and it was like 4 foot wide, 4 foot tall. And we pushed it up against the curb and I just kept trying and finally started doing them like part way up and then got them with hand-on coping.
Was that, do you think, an influence from Joe Lopes or you hadn't even met him yet?
Hadn't met him yet.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Wow. Let's talk a little bit about Joe Lopes. I didn't get to know him too well, but Phil, who was like one of the reason I got to even get into skateboarding pretty much. He rode for Confusion with Joe. So I met him a little bit, but then he passed like right kind of so that sucked. But I know he was a huge influence and such a legend with his ramp and the East Bay and stuff, like the photos with like Fausto on the deck and shit. And cab, like there was some sessions that went down there.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool to get to grow up and hang out with him and stuff. He's just such a good guy.
How did you end up meeting him? Like where it was like a little less than like a fan out situation and more of like I could come skate your ramp or we could talk or whatever?
There was in Castro Valley, there was this ramp and a friend of my mom's actually said, hey, that these guys down the street from me have this skateboard ramp in their yard. And so we got there, we woke up on a Saturday morning. It was, I don't know if you're familiar with Castro Valley, but it's got the big crosses up on the hill.
Yep. So
the ramp was right below that.
Okay.
So we just skated up there and started searching and we found this ramp. Well, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, right? And we just, we're like 12 years old and we just started jumping on this ramp and riding it. And the guys that owned it came out and they were pissed, like, what are you doing? But they said, come back later. And we came back about noon and then Joe Lopes showed up there. We got the rumors he was coming, so we're getting all excited and stuff. And then he showed up and it was just unbelievable.
Fuck.
What
was like some of his, like, what was his patented, like he had awesome inverts. What were some of his moves that like
his ollies?
Ollie.
Back frontside ollies. I mean, head high frontside ollies. Just stick them every time.
Yeah.
Just barefoot, whatever. Head high.
And he's a big guy too, right?
He wasn't big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he was short and.
No, but I mean, he was kind of stocky, right? Yeah, like
low fat Lopes.
Yeah, he had some weight behind him.
Yeah, that's one thing he taught me was how to snack.
Oh, really?
Always snacking.
Yeah,
Not to please and just always eating something funny, just high strung, just a good guy. Man.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Actually, okay, so back to it. We were skating that ramp, and then we found out about this other ramp in San Leandro, a guy named Bob Chavez. And we found that ramp, and we're skating it. And then that's when Joe told me I could come skate his ramp. He showed up there and was riding, and it was Owen Nieder was there. It was like this sick session.
That's what's crazy as a kid, like, because you're just seeing the magazines. Like in my mind, I'm like, Joe Lopes has like tons of pros at his ramp every day, but it's probably not like that. Like there's probably some downtime where it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, but as a kid, you're just like, oh my God, Monty Nolder was there. And then fucking like Christian showed up. And like, it's just like the full fantasy. But did you see some fucking heavy hitters come through there?
Oh yeah. A lot of them.
What was some of the sessions that were like the fucking Christian?
It was always fun to watch there and stuff.
Showtime.
Bod and Steve when they were living there. So that was good. And I was going over there almost every day at that point. I think I was about 15.
Right.
We're the same age. So he was 16 maybe, but.
Oh, wow.
So we'd have sessions there all the time. Neil Blender.
Damn.
Good one. Eddie Radigi. There's just so many people. Grosso. Man, Mike Cressini. Like so many guys.
Yeah, it's hard.
And then a lot of them I didn't know when I first started going there. It was spooky. I had my nerves were going crazy.
Right.
When I got to go there the first time. That's when I saw Jake there, Tommy, Archimedes.
What's up?
Some other guy that was hanging out with Jake. I don't remember his name. All those guys were coming. Bryce and Fish, Luis Espinosa, just all these guys. Remember, I'd get there and stand on the roll in, and it would take me 20 minutes to roll in.
Oh, yeah.
Like spooked, and finally get the nerve up to do it.
For sure. That first Kennedy warehouse, that's how it was for me. I would go there and it'd be like, Alan Peterson, like Jason Jesse, like, whoa. And you're just like, I'm supposed to speed with these guys. I'm like,
yeah, Joe was cool. I mean, it was just like you're saying, all these guys that you see in the magazines, and then you start meeting them. It's like fucking unbelievable.
And then it seems like his parents must have been super hospitable because they're just like barbecuing and having like little sessions. Like they had an event there. Like it's like really,
they would let people, people would come in and stay for weeks. I stayed there for over a year. They just said, here's your room. And
oh, really?
Yeah. So I lived there with Joe for about a year and a half.
Okay. Wow.
But, Bod and Steve were there for, I think, about a year.
When they came out?
Yep.
Okay. What's some other East Bay shit? Did you go to like Les's? Did you know that dude? Les's ramp? Was that Fremont?
Yeah, Fremont off Maori.
Okay. And then you got the hook and all those East Bay pools from the fires and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, there was another ramp. It was in an old abandoned sugar mill in Union City or Newark. Right there.
Yeah, I think it was Union City. I never went to that one.
Yeah, I went there. That was pretty cool. And then they built another one right down there from there, right next to the railroad tracks. Another vert ramp right there. It was around for a while, but that was our thing. We get up in the morning, like on a Saturday. My buddy Aaron had a ramp. We'd skate that, and then we'd skate over off Tennyson Road. This other guy, Dennis, had a ramp, and we'd skate that. And then we'd skate all the way to Les's and ride that ramp. Right. And then see about getting on the BART, try to bum money to get on BART and go back to San Leandro and then go skate Lopes' ramp. It would just be this all day thing, But you're 15 years old and 14 years old, you're, just wired up to skate.
And besides Joe, who are some of your like early influences that you're like, maybe you got a photo of them on your wall, or you're just fired up every time you see their video or in the mag or whatever?
Caballero was like that for me. Yeah,
right.
Big time.
Were you going to San Jose much as a kid or not yet?
No, a little bit. This guy, Mike Griffin, do you know him? He had a ramp off Montague on the east side of San Jose. We'd go skate that. Then Ray Harvey was the local there.
Shit. But not Page Mill?
No, I'd go there sometimes with Lopes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is way before, Page Mill was.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Was Montague Banks there?
Yes. Yeah, I think I couldn't even drive yet. So I was, 14, 15 years old at that time.
Right.
And when we were skating, like with Ray, Barbie, Rob Torres, Mike Griffin, Jim Namba used to show up a lot. Just a really cool scene there. It was fun.
And at what age does Jay West come into your life?
8 years old.
Oh, so you guys kind of grew up together.
It was right when I moved to Hayward. Yeah, he's one of the first guys I met, and it was in a Little League. Yeah, so we played not on the same team, but we were there, together. In fact, my brother played on the team that Jay's dad was a coach.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so, we didn't go to the same school or anything until junior high school. But, yeah, so 8 years old. And then we, did our thing with baseball and shit like that and see each other riding bikes and stuff at local jumps and stuff. But then, yeah, we got into skating all at the same time. Like we were really, that was it,
And when do you get your first free wheel or board, or like your first kind of like, I don't know if it's flow or it's actually a full sponsor, but like you're getting something for free?
About 17 years old.
17?
Yeah, it was about 17.
Was it a shop or?
Skate, yeah, from Go Skate.
Okay.
And well, Joe was always hooking me up with stuff, but
right. So was that Schmit sticks?
Yes.
Okay, so you probably rode a lot of Schmit boards.
A few of them, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did. It was cool because Schmit would cut a different shape for Joe. So Joe had him like he would get his boards and he'd have the nose usually about an inch or an inch and a quarter longer than the production ones. Okay. So it was kind of nice having that board with the bigger nose on it already before that started becoming a thing,
Right. Okay. So sick. Yeah, I remember like I think Bryce, his little pointed nose. It was almost like a Nodus. I had a lot of those.
Yeah.
The wood was always just, it felt like it was smacking. Like you could ollie good. Those and the Alva boards with the weird tails were the ones that we thought we could ollie 3 inches higher on those boards than any other board.
I know. I rode a Chris Cook, a couple of those, when it had that crazy tail. And
yeah. You just, it just felt like you were doing it. Was Sick Boys pretty big for you?
Yes.
Yeah,
for sure. Just,
like the NorCal influence, seeing Mickey, Arco, it's kind of like our dudes. Like this is where we grew up, and the mags right here, and this is. I mean, that was it, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that was like so ahead of its time. It seemed like you're watching it, just going, "Holy shit!" Little handrails and stuff starting, and just all that. Really fun.
Yeah.
We got street stuff, it was like, because we were skating so far, like to go skate these ramps, not having money or cars or anything at the time. And so for us, it was funny because we had a street board and we had a vert board. And so you'd carry a vert board because you didn't want to fuck your wheels up on the street, but you'd hit a certain curb that you'd pass by every day. And like there was one in Hayward on Jackson Street at a Shell station. And it was just a killer, just regular curb, the rail side and stuff. And you hit it and keep going.
Right.
to get to the ramp.
Yeah, we had that Jack in the Box. It was like a little curved, and you could just and go to fakie on it, like going as fast as you could and just keep going. Yeah, it was sick. Like I got to be there when Julian front boarded the rail with those guys, like for that video. And we had just met Bryce and Tobin was just shooting photos for the first, like Bryce was bringing Tobin around, and dude, the stars were aligned. We were just like, what the fuck? Where are we?
So sick.
I know, man. And I think that's what probably the same thing for anybody. Like your local dudes are like the ones that you're rooting for always, like whether it be sports, skateboarding, anything, you just fucking your hometown, you know?
For sure.
Was there anything like the East Bay? Did you skate the Hook much?
Yeah, we used to go a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, for a while.
Like people didn't know about that place for a while, right? It was kind of pretty on the low. Like when Sick Boys came out, it was like, don't ever go there. Don't tell anyone. Like it was pretty, yeah.
And you can even see in there, there's Mickey Alba stickers way up, even in the Sick Boys thing. If you look, he's another one. Him and Salba and stuff would come and stay at Joe's house. But yeah, there's the old Santa Cruz stickers he had with the they were black and yellow, had like the circle with the you know what I'm about those. So up way up high in the Hook, you could see those things slapped up in there.
I know. I remember the first time I went to Upland Skate Park and we skated that pipe, and dude, him and Salba's shit was so it was like, that's not real. Like when we were kids, we're like, nah, that's somebody went with a ladder. Like, no way.
I know, it's crazy.
Insane. How did you get the nickname? What's Throbber? Where does that come from?
From Ross Goodman.
Is it?
Yeah, like he just started calling me it because it's like making fun of like a throbbing dick, you know. So he called me Throbber, and he called Lopes Pulsar, like a pulsating cock, and then he called himself Stroker. But mine's the only one that stuck.
Dude, how good is Ross Goodman?
Oh God, he's the best.
Man.
And that was one and I was nervous about meeting.
Really?
And this was like, we were young, 16, 17 years old or something like that. Or about 18 actually. It was when the Vans built the two ramps in Orange. They had the mini ramp and then the vert ramp next to it. And he showed up there. Me and Lopes were down there, and I think he was riding for Circle A or something. But yeah, I was like all nervous to meet him and stuff. And then we were going to Reading all the time after that. And he was up there every weekend. So then we just became real good friends.
To that ramp that was like in a barn?
Yeah.
We skated that in the snow one time. It was fun.
Yeah, we go every weekend. There was 6 sessions going on there because it was the only vert ramp up here.
Yeah. And didn't they have like a spine or a mini or something next to it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We skated there with Danny Sargent one time. It was super fun.
Yeah. They used to do the NSA contests there.
Yeah.
The 21s. And they had a little street course out there.
So after Lopes is flowing you, what's your first like official sponsor?
I was on Vision real quick for like a month, and then I got on Blockhead.
Okay.
So I started riding for Blockhead.
Did that come through like skating a contest or word of mouth or a sponsor me tape or?
No sponsor me tape. It was contests and word of mouth. Yeah, and then someone, I forget who it was.
Sam Cunningham call you up, or who was it?
No, Dave
Berthal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went up there. I think it was Bruce Rodella and myself and maybe Jay West. But we went up there to Roseville and went to skate the ramp with them. And they had that first Blockhead ramp at the hip.
Yeah.
So we went and rode there, and then that's when it all came together with them.
Damn. Okay.
Made it official at that point. They just flowed me a bunch of shit after that.
Was that ramp sick?
Yeah, it was super fun.
I never skated that one.
Yeah, it was good. Hot, but good,
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh,
but yeah,
shit.
Fun.
Did you go on any trips with Blockhead?
No. I went down like to San Diego when they moved down there. I went and hung out for a few weeks there, and then we skated Dave's ramp, the other one he built.
That's the one where Omar has the cover.
Yes.
It's the one that has like a hip and like a bowl, like right? Yeah.
And then
that one that looked like that was heaven.
That was really fun because we got there and it wasn't even done yet, so we helped work on it and stuff, and then stayed there for a couple of weeks skating it. But I mean, it was awesome. That was a good ramp.
Okay.
And other than that, I mean, going to contests, we did some stuff. We'd go to trade shows, little trips like that and stuff, but never like a tour or anything.
Mm-hmm.
When they sent me up to Seattle for an NSA contest there, did that, and then but I love Dave. I couldn't stand their team manager they got.
Okay.
That broke it. I couldn't handle him.
So then you had to cut out. Who was that? Can we say?
I can't remember his last name. His first name was Mark. Yeah, I ended up seeing him years later, and he was working at Eastern Vert, and we were on a Dogtown tour, and showed up there, and I gave him a bunch of shit then, but he's just. I mean, we were into drinking and shit, and we were at this contest in Seattle, and he's the new guy that's there. And I ate shit in the street contest and broke my finger. I just didn't even try, and he was getting on me that night. Everyone's going out to have fun. And he's like, you got to stay here. You got a vert contest to skate tomorrow and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, fuck you. So Schroeder bought me a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I stayed in the hotel and got fucked up.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. And after that, you started riding for Dogtown?
Yeah.
And that was when Dogtown came to SF, right?
Yes. Yeah, right when they came here. And I wasn't riding for anyone. I quit Blockhead. I just said, fuck it, I'm done. I was riding for Venture. Actually, Keith Cochran called me and asked me if I wanted to ride for Dogtown. I said, yeah. And then Red Dog called and confirmed everything. And that's when that started. Did you kind of have some sense of Dogtown's history? Like Dressen, Scott Oster? Okay. Like if you had to pick one of those dudes, who was your dude? Was it Aaron Murray or Dressen or Oster or Red Dog? I would say Dressen. Yeah, dude. Yeah. He does it all. Yeah. 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 Super good. When you went to Dogtown, were you kind of like thinking almost like it's like going to Pal Peralta or something? Like it's a pretty legendary thing. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Yes. Wade was already on? Yeah. Already on Dogtown. And then you meet some kid named John Cardiel. Yes. And Karma, maybe, right? Karma, yeah, same time. We didn't even, no one knew who Karma was. That's what I mean. You guys, I'm pretty sure John skated this contest as an AM that nobody knew who he was. And that was like right around Dogtown. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, he was trying backflips at the sounds. At Boreal. Yeah, Boreal too with the car. Yeah, exactly. That's when we first saw him. Okay, right. And Red Dog gave him some stuff. And then that next week, I was living in San Leandro at the time. And then he came down and stayed with me for like a week. And we went out skating. And I remember, Red Dog's like, let me know what you think of him and this and that. I remember I called him that day. It was just like, oh, fuck. That's fucking gnarly. And it was so fun, man. It was so fun. Because I had just turned pro. And him and Tolan would actually come down every time I get a check, and we just buy a bunch of Copenhagen. I buy each of us a roll of Copenhagen, and then we buy all this whiskey. Well, we had the shoulder tap for it because none of us were of age. Oh. And then when the money ran out, then they'd go home. And then I'd call them and say, hey, okay. And it wasn't like a lot of money. Yeah. So you turned pro on Dogtown? Yes. And what was the first graphic? It was a god of death, like a statue looking thing. Just trying to remember that one. You had a few boards with Dogtown. What's that?
You had a few boards with Dogtown, right?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
four or five.
I don't remember. Yeah, I was trying to remember if I remember, because I remember there was like a car one or something, right?
Yeah, that was the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one was like some statue thing on it.
Did you guys do some Dogtown trips at all?
Yeah, we'd go around on the summers, we'd go around the states, you know.
And who would the crew be? The whole crew?
Wade, myself, Karma, John he didn't go yet. Steve Silesian.
Was Markovich?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually on one of them we stopped in, I think it was Georgia where he lived, Atlanta or something, and hooked up with him, and that was the first time I'd seen him skate. He was fucking nice, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
God, that team is so gnarly. Like, it's so. How soon are you guys like getting video cameras and trying to put together that video? Is that pretty quickly as you guys formed, or is that a little bit later?
Yeah, it was real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's when Jake Rosenberg comes into the picture?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he was young, 16
Super,
or
yeah. That was before the Think video, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because he did I think it's Day on the Range as well.
I think was just starting out actually.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So that was maybe his first. Maybe that was his first. He might have done skate shops or something, but I think that might have been his first.
I think it was.
Rad.
Yeah.
Dude, the footage of John at that ramp, it's probably in Auburn or somewhere by his house, and he's just like, "Wow!" like screaming. I think Greg Carroll might have filmed it, or he's there.
Yeah,
but he's just like, "Wow!" Like, it's like, that's all you need to know. If you never heard who John Cardiel is, just watch that clip and get ready.
Yeah, he's the best, and he ate shit so hard on that ramp. Remember that or something? He locks up.
Yeah,
up off the extension.
Right.
And now another first impression with Timothy Donald McKenney.
Okay, dude, this is an epic story too, because it goes Orb down to JJ, Ronnie, Rafter, I mean, dude, Sacto, the grind. It's just so awesome. My first impression. It don't get better than this. Like Orb says, take the girl home, the whole nine. I'm going for it all. So, anyways, contest, Sacto, the grind, 90 fucking lame, whatever, right? I win the contest. I don't give a flying fuck and never have about any contest. So as soon as I win the shit, I don't even care if I won, I don't think. I just go outside, and who's out there but JJ and Ronnie. JJ hands me a beer, a Budweiser. I fucking remember to this day. We're just sitting there, he's chewing with the Budweiser. We're sitting there talking shit. Ronnie's talking shit. So that's my prize, is fucking getting to drink a Budweiser with JJ. Fucking classic Sacto shit. The grind, circa 90 lame.
I always have this memory. This is a little later, but when we would go to the final San Jose warehouse where it was the bigger one.
Yeah.
I always tell this story. We'll park the car, and outside you're in the car, but the gates are open, so you can kind of hear skating. And like all of a sudden you'll hear a tail smack on the spine, and it's loud as shit. And it was either you or Wade. Like every time it was like, you're like, who is it? It's gotta be Wade or JJ. They're here. Like, and we'd come in and it'd be one or both of you. Like, did you guys ever like try to like, who's got the loudest one?
Not like, I mean, out of fun. Yeah.
I feel like that was like a lot of your sessions was just trying to make it louder. Go over, bap, okay, bap, like, bap.
Jay West, same thing, man. Slap it hard. This guy Pee Wee, he was from Hayward. He'd hit him hard. But, that was the thing. See how much noise you can make.
And the other thing I remember is Andy Roy doing 50-50 grinds and purposely sliding them so they weren't on top, like sketching them. Like you'd be like, what? Yeah, dude. That place was the best shit ever.
It was so fun.
Like Phil was on your radar, right?
Oh yeah. I met him and
did you meet him through Bruce?
He had a vert ramp.
Right. In Redwood
That's when I
City.
met-
That's when I met him, 91 or 90, I think. And he had a vert ramp, and then later he cut it to a mini ramp.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's when I first met him, and he was riding a Hasoi board.
Oh,
And it just, the Asian thing, the Hasoi board, and how smooth that guy was.
yeah, style.
Real stylish. Just such a good all around skateboarder.
For sure.
Yeah, he was fun.
Jason Adams chimed in, and he wants you to give who has the best sweeper.
I would say Tristan Simmons.
Ooh. All right. What about Buddy Jar?
Ross.
Ross Goodman.
Yep.
Do you talk to Ross at all?
I haven't. No, it's been a while. I haven't talked to him in a couple of years.
Okay. I know I just somehow crossed paths texting with Reeps, and he's got like a bowl down in
yeah, that's what I heard.
In desert what's it called? Palm Springs or something down there.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That was sick. Like I was like, damn, I love to see that shit. Cause like so many dudes like probably still skate, but like that you like Namba, I haven't seen him, but he's probably somewhere doing something, right? Like
yeah, haven't seen him in ages either. But.
Yeah, exactly. But all those dudes were so important at that sessions. What could you say about Wade? Any good Wade stories?
He tried to hump me one night.
A little too much whiskey.
Yeah, no, we were in Milwaukee. We skated the turf. And went and stayed at this hotel, and we were getting all fucked up and everything. Well, the bar was closing, and Wade hid in the bar. And the whole thing was, it was connected to the hotel. So once they shut it up, he was going to grab some booze and then come back into the hotel room. Well, he came in and he had like some blackberry liqueur. We're giving him shit for it. Like, what the fuck is this? I need whiskey or something. And him and I are sleeping in the same bed. And Red Dog's in there. It's like our whole team's in this one room. And the next thing I know, he like flops a leg over me and starts spooning me and give me like some little pumps. So I just reared back and fucking elbowed him in the gut. Well, it's fucking JJ.
Oh my God. Once I started working for Think, Wade was an important part of that for sure. The thing about Wade is he won't stop talking. If you ask him, he's kind of the guy you might not want to sit next to on the airplane.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because I don't drink anymore. It's like if I go over to his house and he's drinking.
Oh, we just went there with my wife and she met him for the first time. And he was on one. He was like putting on a demo, just full weight. And he's like, Schmitty, you're going to drive my truck. And I was like, I'll try. And he's like, I bet you can't reverse it. Because it's that double one. And it's so hard to fucking do it. I sat there for a while and he's sitting in the passenger seat and he's drinking and he's just laughing at me. He's like, you can't do it. You want me to do it? You can't do it.
His big truck.
Yeah, the big fucker. Yeah. It was so funny though. We left there. My wife was shook, just like, whoa, that guy was on fire. Yeah, he's got the sick property though.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live about just a little over an hour from him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you see him from time to time?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's talking about building a bowl in his backyard. He's like, we'll get a cab and Danny Way on motorcycles. We'll have fire. Like, there's no neighbors. Why the fuck do you live in San Francisco? Come up here.
Yeah. I know, we were there and there was a party going on and I was shooting a pellet gun. And he comes over and gets all pissed at me. There's kids running around. I go, I know, Wade. I'm not drunk. Not shooting toward any kids. And not 10 minutes later, here come the big guns out, Like I'm sitting there, me and Doggin are sitting on my tailgate of my truck, and you just hear boom. I'm like, fuck. Really, Wade? A fucking pellet gun and now this.
Yeah.
Fun.
Did they surprise you when they turned you pro, or was it kind of just like?
Red Dog called me and said he wanted to turn me pro. And I told him I'd call him back.
Like, are you up for it? Kind of checking in.
Yeah, he told me, yeah, we want to do this. And I was so nervous, because it's like, I just didn't feel like I was at that level.
Mm-hmm.
So I called Lopes and told him, and he goes, you should have done it 2 years ago. I said, okay. So I called Red Dog back and said, all right, I'll do it.
Damn. What was your first? Did you have like a contest or a demo or anything that was like one of your first, like, I'm pro now, like kind of that transition?
It was at the vert ramp there at the YMCA.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Was that kind of fucking nerve-wracking?
Fuck yeah, it was.
Tony Hawk, next up, JJ Rogers.
I had that happen at Powell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the skate zone or whatever.
Yeah.
You talk about being nervous, man. Up there, up on the perch with Tony Hawk.
Oh my God.
I never felt, I just never felt like that caliber.
Right.
Just
I think that's the same for a lot of people though. Like it's like you look at things different, but you don't see the qualities you have within yourself. What do you think? Like talking about like the Powell Warehouse, the Blockhead ramp, like these are some unique, the San Jose Warehouse. There's some fun ass shit. Did you ever go to Chango World? The one in Chicago that was indoors and it had all the ramps that you could just keep flying. It was like a BMX thing. What was something like that you look back on as like, if I could have one spot to skate again, that was the funnest place? Or
ooh, that's a good one. Fuck. If I could have it, I'd probably go back to the San Jose Warehouse.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I did too.
It was so fun.
That fucking waterfall to wall, bank to wall that you could just go as high on the walls, come back and then pump back and then shoot into the spine. Yeah. Like they were thinking about like flow. It was in the transfer from vert to spine and then the whole street area with the quarter pipe with the hip and like, it was like really flowed and Yeah, it was fun. Like that wall you're talking, going up and seeing how high you could go up that. Me and Andy Roy were trying it and air off of it into that little tight quarter pipe next to it. Right.
Just shit. It was like so hard to absorb that because it was so tight, But,
what about Studio 43? You skated there, right?
Yeah, that was super good.
Uh-huh.
That was the first time like riding any spine, when you came off the mini ramp and you could go over the spine into the vert ramp.
Right.
It was this trippy feeling, I couldn't even imagine like the Powell guys on the animal chin spine, that big vert one,
Right.
But yeah, I loved going to 43. That was fun.
Yeah. You guys had a lot of clips in the Dogtown video at 43. Yeah. That place fucking, and I trip out on its location. Like it was pretty close to the heart of Hunter's Point, like at a time where like Hunter's Point still gnarly, but it was way gnarlier back then.
Oh yeah. I remember we went and skated the Dish one time and got chased out of there. And I mean, just bombing hills all the way down to 3rd Street. It's like fucking scary.
Did you ever get a cover?
No. Nope.
Not even what was it called? Concussion?
No.
Or that might have been later, huh? What about first impression of Jeff Toland?
Oh man, he was great. First time I met him was at a little like contest in I think Sacramento or Roseville, somewhere right there. And he was probably 12 years old, little dirtbag, screaming. And I remember him slapping him over like a frontside slappy and then coming off on a parking blocks and then rolling off like a backside 50-50. Just a big old water chew in his mouth and just wild, like an untamed beast, but he was a little kid, like Hellboy or something. But yeah, man, it was fun.
Sounds like Andy Roy a little bit.
It was
your description.
Yeah, and then it was like shortly after that, we're hanging out with him, and we were over at our buddy's house in Rockland, and Toland shows up. We're in the hot tub together, and he's like, "Hey, look at this, poo balls!" And he like pulls his pants down, and he pits his legs over the over the hot tub and puts his butt right to one of the jets. And so it fills up his butt with water like an enema. And then he just turns around and he's like, poo balls, and just shoots them out.
They're out there with their poo-poos.
Yeah, he was great, man. It was fun.
How did you guys all get into chewing tobacco? Did you ever smoke?
No.
It just went straight chew?
Yeah. Like Jay and I started in baseball.
Oh.
Yeah, playing baseball. I mean, that was, the pros were chewing. So
yeah,
that's how we started. We were young.
Okay.
Yeah, we were real young. I mean, he was like, his parents would always buy him like a log of chew at Christmas time. It was always, he had like, it came in 10 cans. And be in his stocking every year. And
no way.
Yeah. Yeah. But we just started chewing. I mean, 10 years old, probably.
Really?
Around. Yeah.
Damn. Did you guys ever have the contest, like who could put the most in their mouth at once?
Yeah. Like Tolman was good at that. Doggin. You know Doggin?
Yeah. Dog. Yep.
He's the guy you want to hide your chew from because his pinch chew is half a can,
Oh.
But yeah, he could put a bunch in. I can never do that much.
What's your worst experience with it? Did you ever get it go down the wrong pipe or just anything crazy?
Yeah, baseball. Yeah. Because I played catcher, and the first time I ever chewed like a leaf chew, we were in like some tournament thing or something. And this old man was watching the Little League thing. And he's like, yeah, you got to chew this. And it was like Applejack or something, real sweet tasting. And I turned green. My coach was pissed. I had to come to the game because I got and it's a tournament game, and I got
shit.
Sick. Yeah.
When did you meet Jake for the first time? Was that at Joe Lopes?
Yeah.
How was your guys' relationship? Was it love-hate? Was it all love? Was it hate? Like,
we always had a great relationship.
Huh.
Yeah.
He never gave you too much shit?
No.
No. You're one of the lucky ones.
I know. Because I was living with Tod Prince, and he would just ream Tod all the time. and for me, he's always just like, he'd show up, like at the park, and just be like, body jar, and
yeah.
But yeah, we always got along good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever do a trip with him?
No. Maybe that's why.
Yeah. Who would you shoot with? Would you shoot with Luke or Bryce or
me?
Yeah.
A lot with Tobin.
Oh, Tobin. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably the most with Tobin.
Okay.
And then, Luke and Bryce too.
Sick.
Mm-hmm.
Tobin has probably amazing photos. That was a great era, like Ferdinand and.
Yeah. It was all time period. And he's just started really shooting a lot then, and we were just basically his experiment. He'd over to San Leandro all the time, and John would come down, Tolan would come down, Jay, our buddy Pee Wee, and we just go out, and he just miles of tape, that he's film, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
It was we had a lot of fun.
Did you like to skate in the city at all?
I did, but it seemed like every time I went, I got hurt.
Oh, okay.
Something, like roll an ankle or something. But yeah, I had fun. We'd go out to Embarcadero and mess around, like even, way before it got big.
Super big. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Kelch was there all the time. But yeah, it was before it got blown up. It was like still in the late 80s.
Okay.
87, around there, 88.
Okay. What year did you move down to San Jose?
It was, I think, 89.
89.
Yeah, it was when the Kennedy Park opened, or the Kennedy ramps opened.
That that the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. That was the one just with the spine and the vert.
Yes.
With the bar at the top that people could try to hit.
Yeah. But when that started up, Lopes came down and he moved to San Jose for a while. And at first we were driving down like every night, and I couldn't even skate there yet because they were only allowed anyone who was affiliated with NHS got to skate there for free. But then they only had so many, like 25 people that could skate. You paid $100 a month. that's when I met Tod Prince, and he wanted me to move in with him. So I just made the move.
Okay. So what was the house?
On 11th in Santa Clara.
And who's all living in there?
Oh, fuck. At that time, it was Ross, Grosso, Ben.
Fuck.
Todd, myself, Nate Carrico, Andy Oliveira. I think that's it.
Did Andy Roy ever live there?
No, he'd come and hang out. But
come and hang, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy because it was an old Victorian house, and there were 6 apartments in it.
Mm-hmm.
4 of them were like our crew, and the other 2 were like the people that lived upstairs from me and Todd. They were cool. They didn't skate or nothing, but then another lady lived next to us. Fuck, we never even seen her. I mean, we'd be up all night, dance parties, just jumping, raging, you know, until the fucking sun was coming up. She never complained.
Did the BMC originate at that house, or was
no? That was like at 13th Street, 2 blocks over. I mean, just jump 2 blocks straight across.
Pretty much a similar crew, right?
Yeah, because then Reeps lived there at that 13th Street, and a whole bunch of heads lived there. It was a bigger house. But
what were some of the hijinks that would go on at these houses? Like, did you guys have the party tricks going and all that stuff?
Oh yeah.
What are some ones that stick out?
The good ones are getting Todd one time we made this thing called the Pass Out Punisher. And so I took an extension cord and cut the plug off the female end, and I ran the wires to 2 nails and then taped it to the end of the stick. And someone pass out, and you plug it in the wall, and like a cattle prod, zap them.
Oh, mama.
One good one was Grosso. It was his birthday, and he had an interview in Thrasher, and all his emo stuff he was going through, and someone commented on it in Thrasher, just, you know, something about Grosso and his pity party and blah blah blah. So his birthday rolls around, and we said, ignore Grosso.
Oh.
Like you don't even see him, like he's not in the room. For like an hour, we just ignored, like everyone played like he wasn't even in the room. He got so fucking bummed.
Oh man.
That shit would go on, and then you'd get like the second floor had a big porch up on top, like a second level porch.
Mm-hmm.
And wide, like it's just 40 feet wide, you know, and 8 or 10 feet off the building. And you get 30, 40 people up there. I remember one night, everyone's just jumping, trying to break the porch off the house.
Fuck.
People jumping off the thing into the bushes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome. Me and Todd were sitting there one day, and this kid that lived upstairs, he come, next thing you know, we're sitting on the front steps, and right in between us, this kid lands on his face on the steps, and he got all fucking drunk, and he ran and hit the guardrail on the porch, and he did like a 1.5 and landed on his face right next to him.
No way. Fuck.
People get fucked up there. We had a guy that come by every Sunday night and with glass to replace all the windows in the place. He charges, I think, $7 a window.
They were just breaking every week?
Oh yeah, every weekend. Yeah, we just smash everything out of the house.
That's amazing. Toland said to ask you about Steve the cat.
So we're living in Roseville, and it was actually where Blockhead was.
Okay.
Their little compound or whatever. And we rented the place out. It was me, Snaggle, his brother, and Troy Clower. Uh-huh. We're all living there. Jay West was there. And this bum comes in. he's all, hey, I'm moving in. We're like, what? Get the fuck out. You know, he's like, Steve said I could move in. And we're like, who? He's like, Steve, you said I could move in. We're like, Steve's a fucking cat, dude. he just comes crawling in, gonna move in with us. And Steve.
Who started the BMC? How did that all start? Where did that come from?
Something with the kid and Salman, I think Tim. Something on a trip. They were going to Vegas or something. And remember everything that happened with it. I just know when it started, but
It was like Beautiful Men's Club, right?
yeah.
Okay.
They said something. I remember reading it somewhere. Something about somebody was a beautiful man and blah blah blah. Well, we're all beautiful men, and then it just stuck. And then it got big down there.
What's some of your tattoos? What's like one of your favorite ones, and what's one of your like, oh man, ones?
I have a favorite one. That's an oh man one that says skate hard retard across my gut.
Oh, okay.
I wrote it on with a Sharpie looking in the mirror, and then my buddy tattooed it.
Okay. Yeah.
Not that I just did one on myself. I'll try to show you if I can. Let's see if I can get up here. Let's see. Can you see it?
You did that?
Yeah, it's my dog in a garbage can.
Damn, that came out good. What do? You trace it on there first and then go over it? Like, how the fuck do you? Damn,
I know. Well, I had some stupid shit tattooed on me. My wife was like, "You need to cover that up." Well, it costs more to get it covered up than I could just buy a tattoo machine, so I just did that.
Ah, sick.
Then I started playing around with it and practicing on oranges and stuff. So me and my buddies.
That's what you do is you get like, I was always wondering that, like, how do you practice without a person like on skate rock trips, dude? Like they were so funny. Like the dudes would bring the guns, and I think it was Frank Gerwer. He wrote "skate and destroy" on somebody, but he spelled it wrong.
Yeah. Been there. Yeah. I mean, shit. I got like those there, steak and eggs.
Yeah.
It's like, we were at my buddy's, it was like a co-ed baby shower, and his girlfriend worked at a sports bar. So the owner of the sports bar threw the party there, and we're drinking. And then my buddy, he goes, "Hey, you want a shot of whiskey?" And I said, "Yeah." So he comes back and he goes, "Here you go." And he handed me a pint glass full of Jim Beam. So I looked at him and I just guzzled the whole thing. It's the last thing I remember. I woke up in the morning, my hands were hurting. I looked and I had steak and eggs tattooed on my hands. I don't remember. I got a lot of dumb ones like that, but I like them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm friends with a lot of dudes that have the similar stories, like the blackout moment where it's like, ooh, but you just got to go. You got to roll with the punches.
Yeah. Yeah. The back of my neck, man. It just says neck in red, huge. Ooh. I woke up going, fuck, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Black. But he goes, I never had anyone snore through a tattoo before.
Oh, damn. What have you been doing these days? Are you fishing a lot?
Not so much right now. I'm remodeling my house. So for the past year and a half, I've been every weekend working on this thing. So I haven't been fishing much. I'm really into fly fishing.
You know what you're doing construction wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do for a job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my dad, he got me. My dad was a carpenter. My mom was a carpenter. And I started framing houses when I was about 13 years old with my dad.
Okay, sick.
So
you can get the fixer uppers and fucking handle it.
I bought a house that wasn't very big. I lived in it for a while and just kind of felt it out what I wanted to do with it and started building it. Now it's getting nice. It's close.
Rad, dude.
Yeah, it's just I had that when I got hurt in '94 and it took me out of skating. I mean, I just fell back on that.
Okay.
I've always done carpentry. Even when I was skating professionally, I'd still do jobs, carpentry jobs.
Well, how did you get hurt?
I fell right outside of Jackson. There was this little skate park, and Jay and I were heading up to go to Kirkwood to go snowboarding. So we stopped at this little park and they had an 8-foot wide little mini ramp, about 4 foot high with 6 foot transitions. And I did a frontside grind across one side and I came down and I was like right on the edge of the ramp. And the kids had pushed the quarter pipe up. So it made like a backside hip.
Okay.
up to the mini ramp. So I did a backside ollie off the mini ramp. And when I landed, my back truck grinded like on the side of the quarter pipe. And it made me fall forward, but then my back foot came off and I did the splits. And all my weight went onto the front of me, and I broke 3 ligaments in my left knee.
Ooh.
It turned my leg like a V shape. I could see my bottom of my sole of my shoe right next to my head.
Oh, damn.
And I just laid there. And
was it ACL, MCL?
MCL, PCL, LCL.
Okay. Fuck.
So it fucked me up. I had no insurance or nothing. And, I always get up. It didn't matter how hard I fucking slam, I'd get up. I couldn't get up. And then Jay came over and he thought I hit my head because the popping sound.
Uh-huh.
That's my knee. And I go, I don't think I'm going to be able to snowboard tomorrow. And I got up, and as soon as I put pressure on it, folded again the same way. And I said, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go home. I said, no, man, my mom lived right there. We're going to stay at her house. And I just, I said, get me a liquor store. Got a half gallon of whiskey and a case of beer. And they went snowboarding for the weekend. And I couldn't walk for a month and a half.
Damn.
Yeah. So I went to that Highland Hospital in Oakland.
Uh-huh.
And they did an MRI and found out, what was wrong, but I didn't qualify to have a surgery. So I waited 16 years and then got surgery.
No. Oh, man.
Yeah. And now I need a knee replacement.
Really? Because what?
Yep.
There's like no cartilage or
nothing. It's all bone to bone. The MCL is non-existent. I got 2 cadavers put into it in 2010.
Wow.
Like a 7.5 hour reconstructive surgery. And then I was able to skate for a few years after that. I was all fired up.
No way.
Yeah. So like 2011, 12, up to about 15. And then it just went to shit again.
Oh man. Can you walk all right?
No, I limp real bad.
Oh, really? So you need
So
a
much
fuck.
pain.
Oh.
They told me they don't, every time I go in to get cleanups on it or anything, they don't do MRIs or nothing. There's nothing they can do. They just say you need a knee replacement and you're too young. So it's kind of fucked.
Dude, that is
3 different doctors telling me I'm too young. I'm thinking, why not fix it now?
Yeah.
You can have some fun now, and then later on, who cares?
Right. I don't get how that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Fuck, dude. I'm sorry. That's insane.
Yeah. It was fun when it got better. It was like I had because I was down for 2 years. I had surgery on both knees and my left ankle also. I had 2 broken ligaments in there. So they put cadavers in that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I started healing, I took it real serious, did a lot of bike riding and stuff, and got everything really strong, and then just started skating again. And fuck, me and the kid, we'd go slappy curves all the time. And my buddy in San Jose, he had a mini ramp in his yard that every night we had just 6 sessions there. I was staying at his house during the week for work. And after work, we'd get there and just sick ramp.
Fuck.
But yeah, it was fun, but now I'm hurting again.
So is that kind of why you're not fishing as much either? It's just like takes its toll.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, I can't I like fishing rivers and stuff where you're doing a lot of rock hopping and shit like that. And I can't do that anymore.
Okay.
It sucks. I got to climb over rocks like a sloth, it has to be babied so much.
So you're really you're into fly fishing?
Yeah.
What do you catch?
A lot of trout, bass, bluegill, crappie, whatever I can. I went Labor Day weekend. I went out to New York for a week to fish on Fire Island.
Yep.
My wife worked out there at a resort. And so I went and met her there and tried to fish for stripers. They got really, really good striper fishing there, but there had storm had come through and the water was all jacked up and stuff. So, I tied all these flies up and stuff for this trip, but We ended up just fishing for sharks, which was really fun. Like big ones. Like I got one almost 8 foot long, 200 and something pounds.
Like a tiger? What kind of shark?
It was a what was that one? Spinner. It's called a spinner.
Damn. We used to catch the tiger ones in the bay, or leopard or whatever, the brown ones. Yeah. We would. McKenney still fishes a bunch. I caught a sturgeon one time with him, and that's my claim to fame. It was like 5 feet, and I'm just like, yeah, like prehistoric shit.
They're awesome. Yeah, I used to go up to the Columbia River and fish for them for oversized ones. Just to catch and release. But this one we got 600 pounds. Yeah, 12 and a half feet long.
Wow. Is that like one of your fucking trophies?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. We caught a ton of them. Me and my buddies would go every year. And then I started taking my dad and my uncles and stuff. And we just get with this one guide. It was really fun to go with. And we had a day where we got almost 13 fish and nothing under 200 pounds.
Wow.
You get done at night and go to the hotel and you're fucking beat. You're hurting.
How long did it take to bring in the 600-pound one?
About an hour and a half.
Yeah, because those things will they're smart. They'll try to like break your line on rocks and like.
Yeah. These ones here, you can't last more than 6-7 minutes on the rod, and then you hand it over to someone else because physically can't hang on anymore.
No way. Yeah,
you wearing a gimbal belt, so you put the butt of the rod in the gimbal belt, like right above your crotch, and you can hold, but you're holding the rod physically with your hands. It's not like latched onto you at all.
Right. So
when those things go, I mean, it's just it's so strenuous on your muscles. It's unbelievable how bad they start hurting, and then you got a guy ready, and you switch rods real quick. They take it, and then they fight it. And you kind of just go around in a circle like musical chairs, and fight it till it comes in. But one time we hooked up, I hooked one up and it was about 400 pounds. And I'm fighting it and my buddy's reeling in the second rod to get it out of the way. And this thing's running, so we got to throw the anchor and chase it. Well, it's snagged up on something. So he hands it off to my other guide, hands it to the guide. He gets it loose, hands it to my other buddy. He starts reeling. He goes, I think there's a fish on this. And it come out of the water and it was like 500 pounds. So I had 2 fish on and there was only 3 of us.
Oh man.
We tried to get other boats to take my rod because we wanted to catch the bigger one.
Yeah.
No one would take the rod. So it took us almost 2 hours and we got both of them in. It was insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's gnarly. I mean, we didn't weigh mine, but I know it was definitely way less than that. Like that was like, I think feel like it was 58 inches or something. I think.
Yeah. So they're usually around 70 pounds at that.
Yes. So that's probably about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. 600.
I won a sturgeon tournament out in the bay one year.
Really?
Yeah. And we were right, south of the San Mateo Bridge, anchored up right there.
Yeah, that's where we would hit it.
It was like a shitty day, not getting much happening. And my uncle and my buddy, we'd always go, 3 of us as a team. They were sleeping and I'm staring at my rod tip and it was the littlest tiny tick. It just barely moved. And I grabbed the rod and held it and I could feel the pressure coming. And I got it. It was 71 1/4 inches. And at that time, 72 was the cutoff. You couldn't keep anything bigger than 72. So we're measuring to make sure we don't take this fish,
trimming hairs. And
yeah. Until we get back to San Leandro Marina where they're doing all the measuring and stuff. And there's a guy there and everyone's looking at his fish. He had a nice sturgeon. I knew mine was bigger though. And I waited. They said 1 more minute till the measuring's done, and I came and flopped it down next to his. He was pissed. But the cool thing was how they do it. They do biggest fish, so you can get a prize for that. And then they do first, second, and third, and they draw numbers out of a hat. And I got first place and biggest fish. And I won $1,600.
Damn, sick.
Yeah, and the sturgeon had a tag on its fin from Fish and Game, and that was $100 tag. So I mailed it in, and then they mailed me back a check and a little like business card that they had tagged it up in San Pablo Bay like a year prior, and in Redwood City.
Damn. Was it like a frozen anchovy? What were you using?
Mud shrimp.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, a stinky, rotten one. I can't believe it ate it. It was, yeah, real bad.
Damn. Do you see any of the old heads any from time to time, like besides Wade?
Yeah, Doggin. I see him. The kid once in a while. Yeah, not a whole lot. I'm so busy working right now.
Yeah. When did you stop drinking?
Almost 9 years ago.
Was it like a rock bottom situation or just like it's about time? Health?
Yeah. Yeah, I had to get a knee surgery. I got that. And then I had something wrong with my finger and it was starting to turn black. And I showed, when I was coming out of the anesthesia, I remember showing the nurse my finger. And she said to call in. So 2 days later, I had another surgery for this finger that the bone was infected. And they did all these tests on my blood for anemia because of the loss of blood from the surgeries so close together. And the doctor called me on a Sunday. It was Father's Day. And he just said, hey, I need to talk to you. It's serious. How much are you drinking? And I said, just enough. And he goes, I'm being serious. And I go, me too. And he goes, well, how much? And I said, I drink a case of beer, 2 gallons of vodka, and a gallon of wine every week. And he said, well, here's your deal. In your test, your liver count is so high that it could fail. You're pre-diabetic from alcohol, and you have a chance right now. Do what you want to do. And I had a beer in my hand. I flipped it upside down, and I said, that's it. I'm done.
Cold turkey.
Cold turkey. 34 years of drinking. Cold turkey.
So I got a gold medal in drinking and air guitar.
Did you get sick at all?
Nope.
No way.
Nice.
Nice.
I know. I drank a lot, and it was just...
Were you married already or not?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, I wasn't married yet. We were dating, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I quit about 2 years before we got married.
And probably she was a big help, right?
Oh, yeah. Because I didn't think you'd be able to do it. I said, I told you I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just a drunk.
I just like to drink. That's what I always said. I haven't drank for about 6 years. And I was always like, I don't have a problem. My problem is I'm bored and I like drinking with my friends.
You can watch the stupidest movie on TV and sober and it just suck.
Yeah.
Throw a 12-pack in, fuck. Good.
Yep. And you come out with some good tattoos the next day.
Joe Lopes.
Yeah.
Graphic Neil Blender drew.
Neil did that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen his new company? He's got a new thing. He's doing heated wheel.
Yeah. Looks
Stoked
cool.
for that. Yeah. Anything Neil does is going to be cool. We all know that.
Yeah. I got to skate his place. Joe took me over there and that was like gnarly. Went to Sadlands with him.
Ooh.
Skated at his house. Watched him ride it. He was doing the trials motorcycles, the trials bike stuff.
Uh-huh.
He was doing all these wheelies and climbing upstairs and stuff. It was sick.
He's a kick-ass skimboarder too. Yeah. Like he can take them into the wave and like fucking shred on like he's surfing, but on the skimboard. It's like, I had the pleasure of getting to do a day with him once and it was so fun.
I love Neil Blender, man.
Jason, like he just getting sober too is pretty cool. Like watching that whole thing. I reached out to him a couple of times and I mean, it's the same thing. Like you just got to tell your friends like you're there for them and you know that they can do it. That's
what I did. I got a hold of him and said the same thing. I'm working down here right now. I'm staying in Santa Clara.
Oh,
so I'm not far from his house. And I said, you ever need someone, I'm here. I mean, it never bothered me to be around people after I stopped because it was just different. I think it was a combination of one thing for sure. I was probably going to die from it. But the other thing was, I was also just feeling like it's getting old.
Yep.
It's not really a party anymore when you're just doing it all the time.
Right.
So I just, I let him know I'm there for him. I get it.
Since you were doing it all the time, did you not really have hangovers, or would you have hangovers?
Sometimes, not much.
See, when I hit 40, the hangovers just turned into anxiety attacks. And then I was like, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm done. But I mean, dude, Andy Roy, yourself, there's some dudes that like Fred Gall. There's some dudes that like and no disrespect, I love all those names, all those people. But my point just being is like, they're a billboard for like, I think people can do it. Like you can overcome these things, like wherever you think you are, check the history books because people have been in dark places and overcome it.
Yeah.
Sure. And not to be a hypocrite, like I fucking loved having parties and having a blast, but just, I always say skateboarding taught us a balance. You got to like do things in moderation and just like you said, make sure you're not an alcoholic because you don't want to become an alcoholic. It's fucked up. That's when it gets a lot harder.
Yeah.
It's like, so not to preach too much or anything, but I really get hyped on seeing people like dig themselves out of an area. And like, I mean, Andy's been killing it. And I'm so stoked for that. Like, it's like, he was in San Francisco and it was just like not looking good. And like, like he was blowing it. And then now he's like kind of like doing his amends and like helping people out and keeping it. And it's just sick. Like you can see it. He's all happy and he's just Andy again skating and like, I fucking love it, man. Man. That's the shit.
You can fire up the session so good,
Easy.
It was sad seeing him, going down because I hadn't seen him in a long time and he got out of prison. And then I went down, he was living in Modesto or whatever. I was in Sacramento. So I drove down there and would hang out. I wasn't working at the time and still recovering from these surgeries. And it seemed like he was doing pretty good. And then I started hearing rumors and I'm like, he moved to the city, and then I was doing a job right there in Hunters Point, and so I'd stay with him and Rainey a couple nights a week. We'd go and skate in Potrero and
rad.
Do that. But it looked, he was never doing anything around me, but I could see it.
That something was going on. Yeah. Check. Have you been paying attention at all to like modern what's going on in skateboarding now?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see it? Like who's doing it? Like who's doing it right in the new era?
Chris Russell. Fuck, man. I could watch that guy skate all day.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed at the level that it's at. It's really neat being, from starting skateboarding so long ago and watching the progression. And I remember, in 1991, me and Tod Prince is sitting there going, what's next? I mean, what more can you do on a skateboard?
Right.
I remember going, what are you going to do? He's all, what's next? Evel Knievel jumps? Sure as shit.
Here we go. Yep.
But just the way that people ride these concrete parks and stuff is just fucking amazing.
It's insane.
The board control, fuck.
Have you seen this guy, Clay Kreiner?
Yes.
Woo. He does like 540s padless, like higher than most people can do 540s. Like
the stuff he put on that mega ramp, the big quarter pipe. I mean,
yeah. I mean, and Jimmy Wilkins is like my favorite. He's got the style, fucking
so smooth,
so good. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, same thing as you. We always have that discussion. It's happened like probably every 10 years or whatever it is. You're like, is skateboarding gonna? Nope. Just got better again. Whoa, this guy's doing this. Now there's switch, like blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, whoa.
I love it. It's so neat.
The mag just did issue 500. They're on their 40th year. It's like thicker. That was the thickest mag they've ever put out in a year where there's not even any magazines and there's a pandemic. I was like,
I know, huh?
Who won? We won.
Yeah. I need to see that one.
I saw Tod Prince at South by Southwest one time, and the guy's like, like you talk about, he intimidates me, and I'll admit it. And Todd, I've told you this to your face, but sometimes he's like, "What's up, Schmitty?" And other times he just gives me a mean mug, like he's gonna kill me. So I've done the whole like, "What's up?" And then he kind of vibes you, and so I'm like, okay, then next time I'm just not even gonna say what's up. Next time I don't say what's up, and he comes up to me, he's like, "How long have I fucking known you? And you're not gonna say what's up to me? You're gonna cool guy me?" And you just call me. I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? But we're down in Texas in his backyard, and oh man, everyone's turning it up at those things. So we had like Thrasher had an annual party down there, right. And they'd have bands and a mini ramp. That's where we met Rainey, actually, was at that thing. And fuck, they were so fun. But like, man, between him and Crumb and a couple of Crumb's buddies, man, it was just like anything could happen.
I know. Todd's hilarious.
Yeah.
It was funny at a contest in Walnut Creek at the skate park there.
Yeah.
And he won, I think, the best trick contest or something. But he was just coming into the Bay Area at that point and stopped in there, won this contest. And then it was like a year later or something. And he was living with Andy, and I'm over there and he's like, "Hey, remember that contest?" I was like, "Fuck, that was you?" I had no clue.
No way.
Yeah, funny, but yeah, that kid rips.
Yeah, I love that shit because that happens all the time where you're like, you meet somebody and you become friends with them, but you both didn't know each other well, but you did cross paths before. Right. And one of you has that path cross and you're like, no way.
Yeah. We're out fishing in this river. My buddies, I went upriver. And my buddies were down this lower part, and they're wearing like Thrasher shirts and stuff. And this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey," starts saying something, and he mentions my name. And they're like, "Yeah, he's right up the river right there." And I come down, it was some guy that used to hang out with Reese Simpson all the time. This guy, Weasel. Yeah, it was crazy. And he moved up there, and he had heard that, that's where I was living. It was a trip.
Oh shit. Yeah. Small world, it turns out. Crazy. Did you ever skate the full pipe Borealis? What's it called? Down by San Jose kind of?
No.
I think it's Bora Bora.
No, I never skated it.
Okay. That was an early, I never did either, but like Blackheart and them would skate it like in the early days. Yeah. There's some shit we gotta like figure out a way to get permits and dig them out and like have one more hurrah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just love skating full pipes. It's fun.
Which have you gone to Glory Hole?
Yeah.
Used
to go there all the time.
That one's a fucking workout.
Yes. I remember we went up there one time. We aired the rafts up, and then we hiked up the trail. And they have that like milkweed or whatever it is. Got those sharp spines on it. It's like flower.
Yeah.
But poked a whole bunch of holes in our raft, but real slow leak. We get into the hole, we skate all day and the rafts are fucking
flat.
Yeah. And then that cliff on the side of it, we're trying to scale that cliff to get over there. There was enough air in the raft where one guy jumped in it with the boards. It filled up with water, but he got all our skateboards out. And then we tried to scale that cliff and fall in. That water was so fucking cold.
That water's freezing because it's the bottom of the lake. So it comes out at the it's so cold.
Yeah, that's a fun place. I like that.
Super. We got some gems. There
was fun in Castro Valley that went underneath the 580 freeway. But
they're smaller, right?
Yeah, like 8 feet tall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them the penis pipes, and there's two of them. Right next to each other. But
there's one that's that size. It's like on Highway 5, right when you get onto Highway 5. I forget the city. I think Louis Barletta's from there. But it's right there, and you can see it, and it's about the same size, and it's skatable. Like it's empty, but it's like 8 or 9 feet, probably.
Super fun though.
Yeah, it's dangerous. So I've had the fucking zoomer, and then you're like, you.
Yeah, the ones under the freeway were long, so at least you could snake down it. So if you did fall, it's not coming back at you.
Right.
Kind of spirals away from you. But yeah, they're fucking fun.
Mm.
Yeah.
You got a jam to take us out of here? A little song?
Yeah. I would like to hear Ted Nugent, Great White Buffalo.
Dude, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
I'm hyped. Like, I don't know. You know who Tim McKenney is, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the homie and he helps me a lot and he's supportive and all that. And he's like always like, you got to get JJ. You got to get JJ. I was like, I think we're getting JJ.
Right. Yeah, Tim's super rad. So fun to skate with.
Dude, McKenney is fucking so rad.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's a huge fisherman too. He's got all the spot style, like, oh, I know this. What, he definitely has the art form figured out. Yeah, no, it's a blast. I know I'd like to meet Dave Gravett, just seeing him with all his fly fishing and stuff he's gotten into. Oh, yeah. Fly fishing's not easy. No. That's why it's so fun to me, because it's challenging. Okay. I shoot archery, I love that. And it's hard, it's almost like golf, but cool. Uh-huh. Hell yeah. Well, fuck, man. Reach out anytime if I can. Right on. Yeah, if anything's going on. You're in Santa Clara right now? Yeah, I stay down here Monday through Thursday, and then I go home on weekends. Okay. And I only got 3 more years, and I can retire. Dude, fuck yeah. I think I got about 30 more years, and I can retire. Well, hell yeah, man. Good to fucking touch base with you. It's been, did you say 2008? I think so. Holy shit. Okay. Time, Schmitty. I always see you on the gram, though, bro. Yeah. Well, hell yeah. Take care of yourself. And thanks again for doing this. It means a lot. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm stoked. Thanks, man. Hell yeah. Cheers. You too. Later. How do you stop this?
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talking Schmit. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. When you subscribe, you'll get notifications every Tuesday of new episodes the minute they become available. Also, please leave reviews and a 5-star rating. It's the best way to help the show grow. All of the episodes will always remain free, but if you would like to help support the show, you can do so at TalkinSchmit.com, where you can pick up some merchandise like t-shirts, beanies, hats, and stickers. The website has an entire archive of all of the episodes, with extra photos and videos. Email us with any suggestions, comments, or ways that the show may have improved your life at talkingschmit@gmail.com. All interviews are conducted, edited, and produced by Schmitty. The intro music is Mary's Cross by the band Nature. A very special shout out goes to the executive director, Sharal Camisa.
Shout out.
Love it! This is Talking Schmit, where the Rolodex is deep, but the conversation is deeper.